Hey guys, this is Miss Smith. We are still in Unit 1, Accentuate the Negative, and this is Lesson 8, Multiplying and Dividing Integers. Our essential question for the day is, how do I multiply and divide integers? These rules for multiplying and dividing are probably the easiest rules to remember. They're not as complicated as adding and subtracting. It's very simple. If your signs are the same, you're going to have a positive answer. If they're different, you're going to have a negative answer. So we ask ourselves when we see a problem, are the signs the same? If my answer is yes, then my answer is going to be positive. If my answer is no, my answer will be negative. All right, let's practice a few. It's easy to just go ahead and put the sign so you don't miss it when you're working out the problem. So I always do, I have a negative times a positive. My signs are different, so that means it's going to be a negative number. Then we just multiply as usual. 5 times 10 gives me 50. Putting that sign down first helps me not to forget it in the end. For number 2, I have a positive times a negative, so my answer is going to be negative. And then I have 18 times 8. I'm going to come down here and multiply 18 times 8. I know that 8 times 8 is 64. Carry the 6. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 6 would be 14. So my answer is negative 144. All right, number 3, I have a positive times a negative. That will give me a negative answer. Then I have 5 times 9, which is 45. Number 4, I have a positive times a negative. That gives me a negative. And then I have 2 times 2, which is 4. For number 5, I have a negative times a positive, which will give me a negative. And then I have 18 times 20. I'm going to come down here and multiply that out. I put the zeros on the end, hanging off. So that's 0, 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So my answer is negative 360. So when I multiply, I first figure out which sign it's going to be, and then multiply like normal. Now with some division. Same thing, if the signs are different, my answer is going to be negative. So I have a negative 44 divided by a positive 11, so that's going to give me a negative answer. Go ahead and put your sign first so you don't forget it in the end. Then I'm just going to divide like normal. 44 divided by 11 gives me 4. All right, number 7, I have a negative divided by a negative. That will give me a positive. The signs are the same, so my answer is going to be positive. 64 divided by 32 is 2. So my answer is positive 2. You don't have to put the positive sign there if there's no sign that's understood to be positive. I just like putting it just to remind myself. Number 8, I have a positive 63 divided by a negative 9, so my answer is going to be negative. 63 divided by 9 gives me 7. For number 9, I have a positive 72 divided by a positive 9, so my answer is going to be positive. 72 divided by 9 gives me 7. I'm sorry, 8. 8, positive 8. Number 10, a negative 24 divided by a negative 3 is going to give me a positive answer. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So remember, it is very, very important that we do not forget our signs. I think it's easier to go ahead and put what sign it's going to be and then actually do the multiplication or the division. Now it's your turn. I want you to pause the video and complete 11 through 20 on your notes. Congratulations, you have just completed lesson 8. One more to go.